Who is El Chapo? Joaquin Guzman Lara entered the drug trade as a teenager. Nicknamed El Chapo, he founded the Sinaloa cartel in 1989. Over time, building it into an immensely profitable global drug trafficking operation. Known for his violent actions and powerful influence, Guzman successfully orchestrated daring escapes from maximum security prisons in his home country. One such escape came in July 2015, although he was recaptured the following January in the Mexican city of Los Mochis. Extradited to New York City to stand trial, the drug lord was convicted of a slew of charges and sentenced to life in prison in 2019. Mexican drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman Lara was born in the rural Mexican town of Badiraguato. The date of his birth is believed to be April 4, 1957, according to Time magazine, although other outlets list December 25, 1954, as his birthday. Guzman's childhood was shaped by his family's poverty and his abusive father, a violent man who was in the drug trade. By his teens, Guzman had been kicked out of the family home and was forced to make his own way. With little schooling in his background, he eventually found himself following his father's path, growing marijuana for small amounts of cash. Rise to power. By the late 1970s, Guzman had proven his value in the narcotics business and begun working with another rising young dealer named Hector Luis Palmas. Guzman oversaw the movement of drugs from his home district of Sinaloa, a crucial drug trafficking area on the western end of Mexico where narcotics flowed north to coastal cities and into the United States. By his late 20s, in 1993, Guatemalan authorities arrested Guzman and extradited him to Mexico, where he was convicted and sentenced to a maximum security prison for 20 years. Even behind bars, however, Guzman maintained his power. Through bribes, he arranged for conjugal visits and was largely allowed to run his drug operation. With his near-mythical lore already established in Mexico, many villages in his home district saw Guzman as a Robin Hood-like figure. His legend grew in 2001 when, with the help of bribed prison guards, he escaped prison via a laundry cart. A federal investigation led to the arrest of 71 prison employees, including the warden. On the lam but not out of the drug business, Guzman only tightened his control and expanded his fortunes over the next decade and a half. In 2009, Sinaloa was reportedly pulling in $3 billion annually, putting Guzman's net worth at around $1 billion. That earned him the number 701 ranking on the Forbes list of the world's richest people. Guzman quickly became the #1 drug target of the U.S. government, which offered a $5 million reward for information that led to his arrest. In 2012, the U.S. authorities froze the American assets of his family members. An aggressive assault on drug cartels started by the Mexican government in 2006 failed to uncover Guzman, who moved freely around his country. He even got married during that time period, celebrating the event with a large party that included police officers and local politicians among the guests. In February 2014, Guzman was finally apprehended in a hotel in the Pacific Beach town of Mazatlan, Mexico. Declining requests by American officials to have Guzman extradited to the United States, Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto vowed that Guzman wouldn't escape again. It would be more than regrettable, Peña Nieto said at the time. It would be unforgivable for the government not to take the precautions to ensure that what happened last time would not be repeated. Yet, less than 18 months later, Guzman orchestrated a second daring flight from prison in July 2015. For this escape, Guzman slipped through an opening in his cell's shower section, made his way down a 30-foot ladder, and then traveled through a tunnel network that connected his cell to a house that was still under construction about a mile away. On October 17, 2015, Guzman was reportedly injured on his face and leg when escaping a failed military manhunt to capture him in the mountains of northwest Mexico. Around that same time, Unbeknownst to the rest of the world, he conducted a secret interview with American actor Sean Penn. Guzman wanted to make a movie about his life and managed to connect to Penn via Mexican actress Kate del Castillo. Recaptured, extradited to the United States. On January 8, 2016, Peña Nieto announced on Twitter that Mexican authorities had recaptured Guzman after a shootout earlier that morning in the city of Los Mochis. Mission accomplished, the president wrote. We have him. The drug lord's apprehension came one day before his interview with Penn was published on Rolling Stone's website. It was unclear whether his communication with the actor contributed to his capture, although Mexican authorities cited the monitoring of his electronic exchanges as helpful to the process.